Hi there, in this video I'll be sharing everything about my 3-week unforgettable trip to Thailand in 2023. In Thailand there's just so much to explore, so in this video we're breaking it all down. All the places we went to, all the activities that we did, and stay tuned until the end to get a complete breakdown of all the costs. Why Thailand, you may ask? Well, my boyfriend and I both have this dream to explore the whole world. One of the reasons that we're also starting our digital nomad life just under a month actually now. So with that in mind, we were discussing other vacation options, and we have this fun by accident thing where we always discuss our next vacation while we are on our current holiday. Summer 2023. We traveled, or well, I think our vacation started somewhere in the end, at the end of July. So where did we begin? Well, the normal routes for Thailand, well, you see the route that most people take are starting in Bangkok, going to the north, and then to the south to close off the holiday. But we actually wanted to do it a bit different because we were thinking while planning the vacation, like, okay, where do we want to start? What do we want to see? And we had three main points. We wanted to see beach, we wanted to see nature and jungle, and we wanted to see city. Of course, you cannot ignore Bangkok. But we wanted to start with relaxing, taking it easy, some beautiful locations. So instead of starting up north to like places like Chiang Mai, we actually started south. So on our arrival day, we actually arrived for our first stop in Krabi. Krabi is a city in the south near Phuket. That's also very popular, as you know, or as you might know. But we wanted to go for a little less party district and a little bit more chilling. So we booked a resort in Krabi. It was fantastic. Visiting Krabi actually felt like, yeah, seeing your Pinterest board come to life with all the blue oceans, the white beaches, and the amazing limestone cliffs at the background. And as it was also our first time traveling to a country like this, it was just so impressive. I can still remember that moment so clear when we first arrived in Krabi, first arrived at the beach and seeing, yeah, just the stunning nature. Yeah, we were both like, whoa, is this even real? So as I said, we stayed at this lovely resort. I will be sharing it here somewhere, the name, with very, yeah, happy and helpful, mostly people there, working there. So that was really helpful for us as well, as they helped us with planning some trips. And for the first day, as we arrived, we just wanted to take it easy. We couldn't check in right away, so we were just getting a scooter, checking out the area, exchanging some of our money, and also getting a SIM card. As I think that getting a SIM card outside of, yeah, for my case, Europe, where I have the internet connection is just so easy. It makes traveling more easy, and yeah, we just had a relaxing time knowing could also always find all of our things. First day, we just took it easy, exchanging some of our money, renting a scooter, and getting a SIM card. Getting a SIM card is one thing that I would really recommend because it just makes your travel and vacation so much easier, having a data connection on you all time. For the first night, we went to bed early actually because we had a whole day of traveling behind us. We were just so excited that during the day we actually didn't notice it that we were so tired. But once we were at the hotel, or well, the resort, we both noticed that we were so tired. So we thought we get an early night in. We have 3 weeks to explore, so yeah, don't bother. On our first day, we had an activity planned, an activity that we already booked at home, and it was a boat tour. And well, not just a normal boat tour. We had a private boat tour because, yeah, every vacation we do, if it's possible, of course, we want to do a special activity, and this private boat tour was the activity for us that time. So we booked with Boat and Beyond. 100% recommend. It was an amazing company, amazing people, and they offer exclusive private boat tours. And we chose the one for the 4 island hopping. Let's see, because I have wrote them down. It's the Chicken Island, the Top Island, Soda Island, and you're also visiting Riley Beach. And we did the sunrise tour, so in the morning, and I think it was from 8 until 12 p.m., something like that. And you get picked up at your hotel or resort or Airbnb, hostel, and they take you to the boat. And there you also have a personal assistant. I don't know, it sounds weird to me to actually say that, but it's just someone who makes sure that your trip is complete and helps you with keeping all your stuff, but also for pictures. Well, it's really nice. And you just start off with a nice boat ride to Chicken Island, where we also did some snorkeling, and the snorkeling set was also included with the boat tour. They gave it to us. Great quality also. And we just started with snorkeling and then going off all the other islands, where we also had a picnic. Everything was arranged by the renting company, and we had this amazing beach picnic, and the food was delicious. Some real Thai food, also some snacks, fresh coconut, fresh juice. We even got some champagne. It was still pretty early, so we took the champagne home. And we also then, for the last stop, stopped at Riley Beach. We went into the cave, and then after Riley Beach, we were taking back to Krabi Beach. So I think we were done around 1 p.m.-ish, yeah, something. And then we just took it easy for the rest of the day, explored some more of our resort, took a shower, freshen up, and then at the evening, it was our very first time for the night market. Krabi night market was amazing. It was our first time seeing a night market, because yeah, you don't have those here in the Netherlands. Well, not like in Asia or in Thailand overall. So we tried different food, even watched some shows like the fire show, and went to bed after that. Yeah, so that was our first day, and we stayed for a full 5 days in Krabi. I think that was more than enough. Of course, you have more than what we did to explore and to see, but yeah, you also want to get on, go to the next destination. So for the other 5 days, we did some more, yeah, beach exploring, mostly swimming, renting a subboard. We went to the Monkey Beach, well, the monkey trail, where we didn't see any monkeys. Unfortunately for my boyfriend, lucky for me, because I was a bit scared, to be honest. And we also took a dinner at a nice restaurant, like something else than street food. It was actually a really nice and luxury restaurant. It was this one. The food was amazing. There was also a private fire show. Yeah, and we also did another boat tour. Was great, not for me. Unfortunately, I got sick on this one. It was not a private tour, it was with a speedboat with, I think, a group of around 20 people, which was fine. The company was great. We got it picked up from our hotel early in the morning, and we went to the Maya Beach, famous from the movie. We went to the Fifi Islands and the lagoon. Yeah, it was also stunning. And in the beginning, everything went well. I was feeling great. I saw Maya Beach, took some great pictures, saw some sharks. We did some snorkeling, saw sharks while snorkeling, which was my dream. That was something I really wanted to accomplish during our trip. I was so excited to do it, to see them. And yeah, after that, I got back on the boat and I got completely sick. I was puking, I was feeling, yeah, I was just feeling awful. Luckily for me, the crew, but also my boyfriend, were really helpful, yeah, the rest of the day. So I didn't enjoy the rest of the day just as much as I would have if I was feeling better. But still, feeling sick, you can change the nature. It was still amazing. So we also went to Monkey Beach and the Fifi Beach, where you can walk around the town or the islands. Yeah, so we just did it a bit more relaxing after I got so sick. The rest of our days in Krabi were mostly full of relaxing. We also had an amazing pool at our resort, so we also did some relaxing and swimming there. They had some great food at the resort. And we were just exploring the rest of the neighborhood. I got a passport cover made. Yeah, so fantastic for the first stop of our trip. 5 days behind us, it became time to leave Krabi behind for our next destination. But where now? No, not Bangkok, Phuket, or anything close by. We went with the airplane to Chiang Mai. So if you have the map of Thailand, you have Krabi all the way down, and then Chiang Mai all the way up, and somewhere in between is Bangkok. Chiang Mai pretty late actually, so late that we didn't even get in our hotel. What is a different story completely, but it was around 1.5 hour flight time. We arrived there, everything went nice and easy. We arrived at the hotel. There was nobody there at the reception, and then the owner was there, but he was already sleeping. So after some stress and after trying to call the hotel, finally someone showed up. But still to say that the hotel was amazing. It was the perfect location to explore the old town center of Chiang Mai. So yeah, even without this, it was still great. If you take a look at our expectations for our Thailand trip, I can honestly say that we thought that Krabi was the one place that would mostly surprise us. But in the end, it was actually Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai surprised us so much in a positive way that we're actually planning on going to Chiang Mai this year again. And this one for 1 month. So as I already said before, we are becoming a digital nomad, me and my boyfriend, and we are just leaving in around, 35 days, I think it was yesterday, so a little bit more over a month. And at the end of the year, from December, we will be staying a month in Chiang Mai. So I think that already says a lot about how much we loved Chiang Mai. So all the troubles with checking in, we were going to bed straight away because I think it was already around 11:30 p.m., maybe a bit later, actually. And we just wanted to be up early for our first full day in Chiang Mai. And for our first day, we just wanted to explore the neighborhood by foot, see everything that's close by. We enjoyed some breakfast at a local coffee shop. Chiang Mai has a really big coffee culture, mostly because they are also producing coffee beans over there. So that was great. And after walking around 1,500 steps only on that first day, we grabbed a taxi to our first shopping mall experience. And in the Netherlands, we actually only have one big shopping mall, and it's been built around, I think, 2-3 years ago. So it's not something that's really a standard here. But in Chiang Mai, there are multiple, and the first one we visited was Maya Mall. Amazing. It was this big shopping mall with a big influence of Japanese culture. Also the surrounding area was very you just saw that it had a big Japanese influence. And yeah, that's not so crazy, as Chiang Mai is known as a city that has a big a high amount of Japanese immigration. So that's something that you also will see back in the area. Favorite thing of the shopping mall was definitely the top floor where the arcade was found. Here in the Netherlands, we love going to the arcade called Game State. And we were so happy to also find it in actually every mall that we went to during our whole Thailand trip. The next day was a special day because it was Sunday. And what is so special about Sunday, you might ask? Well, one of the biggest events in Chiang Mai are held every Sunday, and it's the Sunday walking street, or walking market. So if you're planning on going to Chiang Mai, I would definitely advise to make sure that you're also visiting on Sunday, because as I said, the market is only there on Sunday. They're blocking off some streets. It's a big happening thing over there. You will see all kind of street vendors with food, with clothing, with souvenirs, and just everything that you want to buy, you will see over there. We got at the end, I think, 3 bags of stuff, full bellies of all the food that we taste. And it was just a cool experience to walk between all the street vendors and also walking. You have like the street with the street vendors, but also big temples beside you. And yeah, it was just the complete package for a fun night out. I think in the end we actually walked there around 3 hours or something. So we were also there for a really long time. And yeah, it was just fantastic. The rest of the days in Chiang Mai were mostly spent by exploring the neighborhood, going to cute cafes, exploring the culture of Chiang Mai. We also did a few massages, as Chiang Mai is known, Thailand overall is really known for the Thai massage, of course, but Chiang Mai has also so much massage spots. So the days were mostly spent by exploring the neighborhood and just experience Chiang Mai on itself. We also did a few massages. As you know, Thailand is very known for its Thai massage, and we actually visited only one massage spot in Chiang Mai. It was this one, and it was fantastic. I think we went there 4 nights on a row, and we did try a new massage every time. My personal favorite, and I think I can also say that for my boyfriend, was the oil massage. So if you're there and you want to check it out, I would definitely recommend that one. During our trip to Chiang Mai, we also visited this very artistic neighborhood, this one. And if you're into artistic kind of workshops, this is the place you need to go in Chiang Mai. They have all these cute small houses that are like traditional built houses with bookstores, painting workshops, everything you can imagine just to be creative and make your own stuff. So yeah, we had a really fun time checking that one out. We also did a bit restaurant visiting after that. So it's a perfect combination. I think you can stay there like half a day, maybe longer if you're also doing a workshop. And if you like to take pictures, it's also the perfect spot, the restaurant as well, to take some nice Chiang Mai pictures. In Chiang Mai, we also had a big activity planned, ziplining. Ziplining is something we both never did, but it was definitely something we wanted to try. And Chiang Mai is very close to the jungle where the zipline location was also located. And let me tell you, the ziplining was an amazing experience. It was fun, it was thrilling, it was full of adrenaline, and it will definitely be a memory I will keep with me forever. Luckily, we also got some pictures made during the ziplining experience that will speak for itself. For our ziplining experience, we booked our activity with Jungle Flight. Would definitely recommend that one as well, as we had a great experience. With this one, you also get a transfer from your hotel. It's early in the morning. I think we got picked up around 7:30. And we gathered two other groups, one family that were actually also Dutch. It was very funny to, that they also noticed that we were also Dutch. And we also had one other, I think there were four friends from China. So we had a small group. That was everyone we went through the location. And that was also the group that we did the ziplining parkour with. If you thought that the ziplining was full of adrenaline, I need to be honest and say that the ride there also was its own experience, as you are driving through the jungle with this van and the roads are crazy. I think I was more scared during the drive than during the ziplining. But no matter what, it was still nice to be picked up and dropped off later at home. So when you arrive, you first grab a coffee or something to drink. You can leave your stuff in destination lockers. It was just really comfortable, just taking it easy. They know some people are nervous, so you have all the time to prepare yourself. After that, you get a short explanation, but they do the most explanation during the ziplining itself, because you will remember it more and it's just easier to tell you more about it when you actually need to do it. During our ziplining activity, we had two instructors. One was at one point, the other went already to the other point, so they can catch you or, well, guide you with landing. Except it's a jungle, so we were so high up in the trees and the views were amazing. You will also see it in the pictures, but you're just looking at trees, at nature. Jungle Flight also holds the longest zip line with 1,000 meters. Yeah, it's also included with the standard package, so everyone gets to experience that. And you actually can't imagine how long 1,000 meters is when you're ziplining, because you're flying through one opening of the jungle to the other opening of the jungle, and then you have just this wide view, overall view of the whole area, of the whole, over all the nature. I hope I can do it again sometimes, maybe with my family, maybe when we're visiting Chiang Mai again, because yeah, I will definitely do it again and again, and maybe again. What not is, well, it's not included in the package, but you can choose to do it separately. What we did was a roller coaster. So you get clicked into the roller coaster, and you're just hanging by your hands. It was it was actually quite quick. The roller coaster was definitely a real adrenaline experience. When you're done with the whole parkour, there is lunch available in buffet kind of style, with just some easy Thai dishes. So it's the perfect ending of this whole ziplining activity, because it was actually pretty exhausting as you're tensing up the whole time and climbing and upseiling and everything. So as it was pretty exhausting, the rest of the day after the ziplining, we freshened up at the hotel and explored another mall, Central Festival. It's actually bigger than the Maya Mall, but we preferred Maya over Central. So far, we were starting every day at the coffee shop that was not included in our hotel, but it was in our hotel. And we were just discussing how amazing Chiang Mai was, how surprising it was for us, and how much we would love to visit this city again one time in the future. And I'm just so excited that we're visiting this year as well, because at that moment I just couldn't imagine that we were only going back again after 1.5 years something. So yeah, I'm very grateful to go there again, and I'm very excited to share you more about Chiang Mai when we're actually there, when I'm taking a camera with me, and when I can share everything Chiang Mai has to offer. And it will also be a good reason to do the zip lining again, because then I can show you the amazing view. We were staying in Chiang Mai for a total of 6 days, so we actually had a few days left. One day we rented a scooter. We just rented it for one day because all our other plans didn't need a motorbike. So for the one day that we needed to rent a scooter, we went to the sticky waterfalls. If you think of Thailand, you think of the sticky waterfalls. It's like this natural wonder, but it's not, because there's some science behind it. But for me, it just seemed like a natural wonder because it's a waterfall, and it's sticky, so you can stand on it and you won't slip. To get to the sticky waterfalls, we took a drive on a motorbike, I think for one way around 1.5 hours. And yeah, so that's pretty long. Maybe not for Thailand, but we just took it easy, explore the nature, and only the ride alone was already amazing, because it's just such a different area that you're normally in. Yeah. Unfortunately, when we arrived, or well, a little bit before, but definitely when we arrived at the sticky waterfalls, there came this heavy rain fall. So we took shelter at the restaurant that was there, took a seat at the bench, and just ordered some food. And I think we actually stayed there for around 2 hours, because it just didn't stop raining. It kept going, and it was not like a bit of rain, it was like heavy rain. But you know what to say, after rain comes sunshine. So at the end, the rain stopped. We checked out the sticky waterfalls, we checked out the mountain views, and grabbed our scooter to explore further because we didn't actually went on the waterfalls due to we didn't have the right clothes and also due to health reasons. So we looked at the surrounding area and we found Sri Lanka National Park. It was very close to the Sticky Waterfalls and there were actually no tourists there. I don't know why. Maybe it was the time of day because it was a bit later in the afternoon. But we only saw a few local fishermen waiting by the boats, and I think one or two people that were there with vans. And we got a deal for the longtail boat with a man that wanted to show us around the whole national park. And it was yeah, it was a great experience to explore the nature by boat. The boat actually, well, great experience. The boat stopped for a few times, but at the end we made it back. And as you can see in the pictures, Sri Lanka National Park is definitely worth your visit. And besides that, it was also a nice mix-up of the normally very loud and busy Thailand with this serene and quiet area. So with that, it's time for our next destination. On our last day of Chiang Mai, we explored the rest of the neighborhood, tried one of the main local dishes. It's amazing. You should definitely try it. We are going to eat it definitely on our next visit of Chiang Mai. After some amazing days in Chiang Mai, it was sadly time to leave the city behind. And this time not by airplane, but by train. We booked our tickets already way back a few months before with Want to Go Asia. And after getting your final reservation, you can gather the tickets at a hotel close by to the station. Where we also get some snacks, of course, at the 7-Eleven. And with that, we were ready for our next train ride. It was around 18 hours. I have never been so long in one train before. We reserved some private seats. Those are a little bit more expensive, but we really wanted to do that because we were arriving very early at Ayutthaya and we wanted to get a good night's sleep. So with all our snacks, we gathered on board of the train and around I think 8 p.m. they also made up your beds and we actually went to bed pretty early after checking out all the views that you get from the train window. And surprisingly, we actually did get quite a good night rest. With our seats in the private class, we were also able to enjoy a shower during the train ride. That was just great. It was really nice as you get good freshen up in the morning. We also received some breakfast that you need to buy the night before. What was fine, no problem. My boyfriend was happy to get some coffee at 5 a.m. So we got off at the train and immediately took a tuk-tuk close to our Airbnb for that night. So after a good night rest, we arrived at Ayutthaya at 5 in the morning. And after getting off of the train, we stepped into a tuk-tuk right away and we went on our way to the Airbnb and were ready to explore the ancient city. Wait a minute, because it actually wasn't that easy. Because we arrived at 5 a.m. and there's nothing open at 5 a.m. Of course, that's logical. So we actually got a bit stranded close to our hotel. Because the hotel, the Airbnb wasn't open yet. So we were standing there with our suitcases, a bit tired as we were getting up early. Just waiting. It was actually just waiting. One thing that made the day, the morning better was this nice puppy, stray dog that walked over to us that we got to cuddle a bit. So we sent our Airbnb a message. Hopefully they read it earlier, but around 8 a.m. we were finally able to leave our suitcases behind, rent a bike from our hotel and get on our way to finally explore the city. We are very excited to get to Ayutthaya because it's full of history and we both love to learn more about the local history, in this case of Thailand. So we visited some of the ancient temples. they're like gathered in a few like park kind of situations where you need to buy a ticket. So we also saw one of the most famous statues over there, the Buddha head, that is grown woven into the tree. It is an amazing image. And yeah, that was Ayutthaya. And to be honest, it was actually a bit disappointing. Yes, if you travel to Thailand, just because of the history and the culture, I would definitely recommend traveling to Ayutthaya. But for us, we planned to stay a night over there. That's why we booked the hotel. But around 10 p.m., just after we had some breakfast at the local coffee shops, we were like, what are we gonna do now? Are we going to visit a few more Asian parks? It was very hot already early in the morning. So with quick thinking, quick discussion, we decided to not stay any longer in Ayutthaya, in the ancient city, as we thought, no, we're not going to be happy staying here. Sometimes things just go different as planned at first, and that's totally okay, as long as you're flexible. So we were at the end, we were then also very happy that we just took the step, canceled the hotel, booked a new hotel in Bangkok for just one night because we weren't able to stay at our other hotel. Well, was no problem. And then just fast forward 1.5 hours and we were already on the boat and on our way to Icon Siam in the river of Bangkok. Went off to Icon Siam, the big shopping mall with all the luxury brands. We took the boat to there because it's just the easiest option. And that afternoon we explored all the shopping mall has to offer. And yeah, you're just like, whoa, this is amazing. And it's just so different. And it was even more different from Chiang Mai and the shopping mall. This was like Chiang Mai was here and Icon Siam was, yeah, somewhere there. The next day was in the weekend. So we went to the Chakachuk market. Yeah, be ready to sweat. It's very hot, it's busy, and Chakchuk Market is a weekend market with, I think it's the place with the most stalls around the whole world, the biggest market. And it's full of clothes, souvenirs, but also like just daily stuff, hair accessory. And I think we spent there like a whole day actually. We loved it. So yeah, a must see on your trip to Bangkok. After the Chakachuk market, we went back to our new hotel as we were staying for the remaining 4 nights at a different hotel in Bangkok near another waterfront. It was like a lovely old hotel with all new amenities. And at the evening, we enjoyed some street food, and for the evening, we went to a rooftop bar. We first did this really famous or well popular one on like Instagram. So as we didn't like the rooftop bar that much, we were on our way to a secret hidden bar, and that one you should definitely check out in Bangkok. It's located here, and it's really a secret because we couldn't find it actually, and an employee needed to help us to actually locate the inside door. And it was very small, local cocktails, but also some own cocktails of the bar. And there were also some award-winning cocktail specialists. And we had an amazing remaining evening there. And after that, we just went back to the hotel for a good night of sleep. The next day, it was tour or activity day, and we went on to exploring the train rail that goes through the street. A famous spot for pictures, but also just to experience the whole experience. And it was combined with a visit to the floating markets, where you get dropped off a bit outside of the floating markets, get on a boat, and go through the floating markets in full experience with the longtail boat. Yeah, it was fun. It wasn't our favorite activity of our whole 3-week trip. It was very tourist focused. The floating market as well, it were mostly souvenirs and not so much like back in the days, and yeah, that's understandable. But I just know we didn't like it that much actually, because it missed that authentic Thai feeling for our ID. Besides that, it was still an okay tour. It was a group tour, and it's such a big part of Thai history and culture that it was still very fun to explore. And I also had an amazing ice cream, coconut ice cream there. So for that alone, I think I would go back actually. The rest of the day after the tour, because it was not a full day tour, we explored the city park that is located right in the city center with the big, yeah, they're not lizards, but the big animals just walking around the park. I think we were, yeah, mostly mesmerized with all the animals walking through the park. And I know I sent a picture to my parents at home and they were like, whoa, are they just walking around free? Is it safe? But yeah, it's completely fine. Just keep your distance and you should be okay. The next day in Bangkok was spent by visiting the Grand Palace. It was a very hot day, and for the Grand Palace, it's important that your clothing is appropriate to visit the palace. So keep in mind a t-shirt with at least your shoulders covered and long pants for women, but also for men. Yeah, visiting the palace is just a must thing to do when you're visiting Bangkok. And it was also very beautiful to visit these mesmerizing buildings. It was also very busy, so be prepared for a lot of people. Because of that specific very hot day, the rest of the day was spent just chilling at the pool at our hotel. Yeah, chilling, relaxing, and at that evening we were enjoying some food. On the last day of our Bangkok travel, our Bangkok stay, we decided to get on a food tour. The rest of the day we just did some exploring of the city, but for the evening we went on a food tour located, well, mostly focusing on Chinatown. And we actually did this tour with one other person. So it was the four of us with the tour also included. And we had this lovely woman and we did the tour with this one, with this company, and it was amazing. We definitely recommend booking it with this one. We booked it through Get Your Guide. It was very easy. It was actually a Michelin guide tour. So we went to around 4 or 5 spots to enjoy some food. Yeah, mostly Chinatown focused food, but we also did something like with crab fried rice, and mostly restaurants or spots that were already there for many years with good reviews, good food, and nice people working there. And I think what this tour just made the most amazing was definitely the guide. Of course, the food was very nice and it was great to try out some new food. But the guide was very helpful. She told us everything about Chinatown, about the food, about the history, and it just made the tour completely. After the tour, we decided to let ourselves drop off at Chinatown itself because we went away to visit something a bit outside of Chinatown. And there we went to a traditional Thai bar, the Tap Bar, and they were also playing some traditional Thai music. Yeah, you should definitely reserve a spot. You can also enjoy some food. We just went there for a drink, but it's very busy because, yeah, they have the traditional music. Luckily, we got a spot without reservation, but if you want to be sure that you can get a spot inside, just get the reservation. So, for the last day of our Bangkok series, we went on some shopping. We wanted to gather a few last souvenirs, a few specific ones, sort of statues for my boyfriend. So we went on the hunt for those. And yeah, we found a specific mall that was all focused on video games. They also had the statues. So yeah, we could really take that off of our box, of our checklist for our vacation. And we also went back to Chinatown to also do some shopping there because there was a market and just explore the rest of the city. And after a good night of rest, the last day of our vacation already was there. We enjoyed some breakfast, but yeah, that was it. We were very sad to go back home. We had an amazing 3-week trip. We met so many new people that we didn't even talk about in this video, like two children at the Chiang Mai night market that wanted to practice their English, so they just had a nice conversation with us. Another man at Chiang Mai temple that just wanted to talk about where we came from, what we wanted to do, and giving us some tips for Chiang Mai. In Krabi, I met a man with the transfer for the tour that was in the same work profession as I was, so we did talk about HR. Yeah, it's just great traveling. Yeah, one-on-one. Traveling stands for meeting new people, exploring new cultures, discovering new areas, new location, and that's also a few of the reasons why we and I love traveling so much. And also one of the reasons why we're becoming a digital nomad. But that's for another video. Now it's time for an interesting part of the video, the cost. And for that, I'm getting my laptop a bit closer as we have everything in a spreadsheet, actually. As I said, I love planning. So yes, I'm also putting all the costs over here. So I'm going a bit to this side. So let's start with one of the most important things, getting to Thailand. So the tickets for the plane. So we flew from the Netherlands to Thailand. We had 2 stops in between. The price for the tickets for one person were in total 1,500, well, let's say 1,600 euros. Everything is in euros, just to be sure. And then we also have the stays, the hotels, and we did that for 200 euros per person for the completely 3 weeks. Then transport, and with transport we mean the train tickets from Chiang Mai to Ayutthaya, the airplane tickets from Krabi to Chiang Mai, and that was a total of 153 euros. Then we also needed travel insurance, of course. That was 43 euros for the 3 weeks. And then you also need some vaccination. I'm leaving that one out because of insurancy and the prices verify, of course, if you already have the vaccinations and in which country you get them. So that make total cost of the preparation cost of around 2,100. Then we also had a budget for every day, and we focused on 50 euros per day per person, so 100 euros per day in total. And we, all our monies of me and my boyfriend together, we just put it on one big. We just gathered it together, and we did that for 900 euros per person for the 3 weeks. Okay, so that makes the total cost now at around 3,000 euros. Then we did the private boat tour. I think that was around 150 euros in total. I took some money with me for shopping, for the souvenirs, and I think I did it for 100, 150, but that also depends. Do you want to go shopping full on with clothing and etc.? Or do you just want to buy souvenirs? So that's it actually. So with all the extras, we end up around 32, 55 euros. Yeah, around that. So I think for a 3-week vacation, it was fine. I'm really happy we could do it with those costs. Of course, you can do it for much cheaper if you're staying in hostels, if you're staying in less hotels. As I said, we stayed in a resort type of situation in Chiang Mai. We did a private sleeper class with the train from Chiang Mai. So those are all decisions that you can change up to make it cheaper or, of course, more expensive. If you're going to go for more luxurious hotel or more shopping or more dining out, of course, the cost will be higher. So that's totally up to you. I think Thailand is a perfect country to do budget. The most cost will be the plane ticket. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited. If you managed to get to the end of this video and you're wondering why I'm becoming a digital nomad, you should watch that video here. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.